This is how you can make supercar money, part one, selling fitness products online. And ideally any sort of product. I'm going to show you exactly how I took my brand new fitness brand over the last couple of months and starting it in February to over $1 million in the last 5 months of being live. And I'm going to show you exactly how I got 1,500 plus creatives launched into my Meta Ads account without spending a single dollar upfront to have those creatives made. And I'm also going to show you how we've projected to make over $2.5 million by the end of this year in 2026, and how you can do it for your own brand, whether you're just starting one or you already have a brand. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kasra, and over the last 9 years, I've started and scaled multiple different e-commerce businesses, a lot of them in the dropshipping fulfillment model because of how simple it is to get started. Now I'm going to show you exactly how I transitioned from a dropshipping brand to an actual real brand with stock in-house. Now, a couple key points as to why I've been so successful with this brand and many brands like this in the past, and how you can be successful as well. First off is you want to have a high gross margin. I sell this product for around $130, costs me about $10 to $15 depending on the variant. So that means that my average order value is really high, and also my gross margin is really high. And the perceived value of this product is also high. That's a very important thing, right? You don't want to be able to sell, you can't sell something for $150, $130 if people really only believe that it's worth $20, right? So with the branding that I've done on my website, with the positioning I'm doing in this market, because there really isn't a lot of people selling this product in the market that I'm in, I'm able to charge a higher premium price because there are big brands charging $300, $400 for the exact thing that I'm selling. I kind of found the middle ground, and I also found a really great fulfillment source that I was able to do this with. A little bit more on this later on in the video. Now, the returning customer rate of this brand is really high as well, and we don't even sell a subscription. That's what's really important. You don't need to have a subscription to have a high returning customer rate, and having a high returning customer rate is honestly very important, because if you don't have a high returning customer rate, you essentially are paying to acquire people to come to your website and buy your product only one time. Then you have to go and acquire more and more customers. And also having a high returning customer rate, whether it's if you sell a subscription or you sell a product like I am that genuinely has an actual graduated volume structure, which I'll explain a little bit later in this, then you have a higher multiple that you can sell your business for when you actually go to sell your business, because private equity and any investor looking at your business is going to see, oh wow, there's a lot of people coming back to buy this product, and honestly that is deserving of a higher multiple on your exit. Another thing, I have a high commission for my creators, which is genuinely what I believe has made me so successful. When you make other people money, you make money as well. So let's get into that. When you make other people money, how do you make money from that? So I've launched over 1,500 ads in the last couple of months, all from commission-based affiliates, whether it's UGC affiliates or it's AI editors. This is very similar to TikTok Shop, but it's actually for Meta ads. I hire creators or editors who specifically send me videos that I run ads to on Meta. And the great part about this is that I'm able to pay them a percentage of my actual AOV, the product that I sell to customers, as a commission instead of paying them upfront money. Where typically somebody would charge $200, $300, $400 for a single video, I don't pay any money upfront for videos. Instead, I give creators access to a commission pool of 10% on any of the products that they sell from the videos that they make me when I run them as ads. And by having a high AOV and a high perceived value product, I'm able to charge more money for my product, which means I can give my creators a healthy commission of around $13 per sale. Whereas competitors at my space who are selling the same exact product as me, if they wanted to give a $13 average commission, they'd have to, jack up their prices, or they'd have to literally just give a 30-40% commission. The real reason this matters is because this is a scalable model. I started with only 10 to 20 affiliates. Now I have over 320 within 5 months. Now we're currently launching around 500 ads a month. So if I want to 10x my business and launch 5,000 ads a month, I'm gonna have to bring on probably another 1,000 or 2,000 creators. And I could easily do this because I don't have to pay anything up front. If I had to pay money up front to acquire these creators, that could be hundreds of thousands of dollars just to scale my business by 10x. Whereas now I could take that money that I would have spent upfront paying for UGC or editors and instead put it towards fulfillment, right? Ordering more stock, building better systems internally so we can handle scaling our business 10x. Now going on to returning customers, the returning customer rate for this store is pretty high. And again, it's not because we sell a subscription. We sell a graduated outcome with the product that we sell. And the best reference that I can give to you is think of a karate class. Like if you wanted to go learn karate, you don't immediately start at the black belt level. You start at a lower level, maybe like a white belt or brown belt. I don't know what it is. But as you start, participating in this class more and more, you start graduating, you get more experience, you level up your skills, you start doing harder exercises, harder fights, right? And eventually you get to the point of being a black belt. That's essentially what I'm selling with my product. I sell one product at the beginning of the customer's life cycle, and as they start using that product more and more as time goes on, they graduate to other products that I'm selling. Again, my product is good. You can't sell a graduated outcome with a really terrible product, right? The experience that customers have, which we'll talk about in a little bit, is everything. But that graduated outcome, that they have an expectation to come back and buy the next product so they can continue along their journey to get the results that they're looking for, is the reason my return customer rate is so high. And I genuinely believe if you're searching for a product, you should be looking for a graduated outcome product. Now, another thing that you have to implement to increase your returning customer rate is the experience that customers get, aka when they order the product, when they actually get the product in the mail, how fast they get it, and also what they get when they open the product, how they feel. Think of Apple, right? When you buy a computer, a phone, a charging cable, the experience is so elevated. The packaging feels nice. Everything about the positioning of the product and the packaging is nice. You want customers to feel that when they buy your product and they open it and they start using it, that there really is no other option. Think about it. When you buy a phone from Apple or you buy a computer from Apple, are you all of a sudden going to go out and buy a Lenovo or an Acer laptop or an Android phone or Nokia phone? Probably not, because the experience of the product, when you open it, when you get it, when you actually use it, is genuinely something that is hard to stray away from. You don't really see yourself using another brand, and that's how you want customers to feel when they actually use your product. Another really great way to actually get your returning customer rate up is by being omnipresent, right? Work with ambassadors, work with affiliates, as we just talked about, and also influencers. I personally like starting at the affiliate level because they can make me content and they are my organic affiliates, right? They will recommend their friends. Their content will reach hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people through my own ad account, which then I can go out and get brand ambassadors, people who aren't necessarily affiliates. They aren't really selling my product. They just use the product day to day. Get to that influencer level where now you have millions of dollars from your business making money. You can afford to go out and pay, a couple influencers, big name people, or strike up a deal with them, right? But now you are omnipresent. You're everywhere where your customers are. Now, a big reason that I was able to scale this brand so fast was that I had US fulfillment, and I currently only sell in the USA, and my product is a little bit more unique. So every person that I talk to, online, on WhatsApp or whatever for dropshipping suppliers, they weren't able to help me. That's why I really want to shout out today's video sponsor, Team Drop. They were able to actually not only decrease the cost of goods sold for the products that I'm selling, but they were also able to connect me to different warehouses who currently have this product in the USA. And that's probably the biggest reason why e-commerce brands fail. They subscribe to a dropshipping model with their fulfillment, and it takes 2, 3, 4 weeks plus sometimes to actually deliver the product to the customers. So customers really ultimately have a bad experience when they order from their store. That's why using somebody like Team Drop is very important, because you can actually connect to different warehouses in the USA or whatever country that you're selling in to get 2 to 3 day shipping that your customers get their products fast with. And there's actually no cost to use Team Drop. It costs $0. They don't take any fees or commissions, so it's really just a win-win for you. You can hit them up with the link in the description down below and see if they can help you with your product, whatever you're selling. They can even help you customize your product with packaging, with different features that you want to add eventually. So I think it's a great opportunity for anybody just getting started or already trying to scale their brand. Again, shout out to Team Drop, guys. Go ahead and click the link in the description if you want to go ahead and see if they can help you out with the fulfillment for your brand. The next important thing that you need to have is content that actually converts. About 4 years ago, when TikTok was really booming, I decided to actually, with my own 2 hands, create multiple different dropshipping pages and actually test out my skills as a content creator, making content for my own brands. I actually generated over 50 million views organically with my own 2 hands between a couple of different pages. That's where I credit a lot of my success today too, because I was willing to actually make content and understand what kind of content converts. Now, when I go to recruit affiliates for my brand today, I understand what a good hook is. I understand what a good middle part of the video is, and I understand what a good call to action is. And I genuinely believe that you cannot recruit good affiliates if you do not understand what makes a content video convert as an ad. And my partner in this business is also an actual TikTok shop affiliate. So he's done millions of dollars in gross revenue for different brands, so he can also spot that out himself as well. And a lot of our initial ads that we launched back in February, March, and April were all content from him and me. And that's genuinely the key differentiator to actually launching a product. If you can't do it yourself, how do you expect other people to do it? Because you don't just find good affiliates and give them a commission and expect them to do well. You have to train people. Like one of my affiliates, he came to us only making about $10,000 a month online for different brands. Now working with us, he's done over $130,000 in just 3 months. That's all through good training, good briefing, and actually doing the content stuff ourselves before we expected him to know how to do it. Most people will complain, hopefully that's not you, and they'll say, oh, that's too hard, I want to be on camera. Those are the people who are going to lose. Now, the next important thing is you have to be able to walk with your customer. David Ogilvy, one of the godfathers of direct consumer marketing, said this: he'd rather spend his time actually walking with a customer, talking with the customer, than sitting here and making different ads. Because ultimately, if you understand how customers talk and what they talk about, that's how you can make genuinely good ads. If you follow me on Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is, you've probably seen me over the last couple of months kind of pioneer this in the e-com space where I pick up the phone and I actually call my customers. Most of the times I'm calling people who actually did purchase from me, and I'm asking them why they bought, why they didn't buy, and how they felt when they did buy. I also call people who abandoned a checkout on my store just so I can figure out why they went off my store and if they bought another product from somewhere else. And this is a really great strategy to also find leaks in your system before you start scaling to these 50K, 100K days. You can figure out maybe somebody just didn't have a good experience on other stores, or maybe they didn't have a good experience on your store, and you can fix those things in the beginning stages. This is the most important thing in e-com and any business. You have to be proactive versus reactive. And by walking with the customer, talking with them, actually sitting down with them, you can actually practice this and develop a proactive arm in your business. Now that leads me to what the Multiply Accelerator is. It's my one-on-one coaching group that I've been running for the last 6 years, turned multiple students into multimillionaires from this program. And if you feel like you have what it takes, you have the capital, at least 10 to 20 grand to invest into starting your own brand or scaling your own brand, then I'd love to be able to help you apply all these systems into your own brand. I'm really selective about who I work with. Honestly, it's more of a character thing for me. So if we get on a call and I feel like you are actually a good fit, by clicking the link in the description down below to go ahead and submit an application, then we have the potential to actually work together. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. If you want a part 2 on exactly how I find creators, get their videos, launch them in my ad account, go ahead and drop it in the comments down below. Again, shout out to Team Drop. Make sure to go ahead and check them out in the description down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.